Hello. Now, before I start, um, let's get something off my chest. The number of disconnections that I've been getting in this game have increased exponentially. For about the past 5 days, I have been disconnected at least twice every session. And it's getting fucking ridiculous. And of course it's only going to get worse because there is now the beta of the patch 3 now going ahead. And of course Frontier Development's doing their usual thing, are running that on the same server as the main game. So it's going to interfere with gameplay, and the disconnections that we've been getting now are likely to at best continue until that patch goes live. And of course that's not going to be until next year. This beta test is carrying on until when the actual patch goes live, which means it's going on right the way through the Christmas period during Frontier Development's break. And you can bet your fucking life that there are going to be issues in the main game, and of course they will be left totally unresolved, and it will almost certainly be, you know, constant disconnections, and they'll be left unsolved because although Frontier Developments know about it, they're all going to piss off and not do anything about the thing until, well, they're just not going to bother doing anything about it. It's been this way for 2 fucking years. It's not going to change now. So that is seriously getting on my tits. Now, with regards to the beta of 2.2.03, there's probably going to be quite a few videos on that, which is just as well because I have no intention of trying it at all. It doesn't bring in any new features, it's just a lot of rebalancing, which is the most blatant example yet of the fact that these so-called betas are nothing of the sort, and what they are players doing Frontier Development's in-house testing for them. Frontier Developments don't do any at all, and instead they release what they call betas and get everybody else to do it for them. They even get people to pay for the privilege of taking part in it themselves if they don't already have access. I wouldn't be remotely surprised if they do the same again with this thing, even though, as I say, it doesn't bring in any new features or anything. So it's rebalancing of engineers. It would do, I've almost finished with them. Combat and power play. Why the fucking hell are they even bothering to do anything with power play? I mean, does anyone still use it? I'm sure I am not the only person who just happened to look accidentally on the galactic powers, as I did in the last video, and only then find that there's this new fucking cunt here. I had no idea that was even there. As I say, I'm sure there are plenty of others who had no idea either. So why they are continuing to do anything to power play, I don't know. They should just fucking abandon it as the dismal failure that it has been and leave it at that. Anyway, right, now I am in the HIP 16607 system. And the reason I'm here, well, if you're a regular viewer, you may already know. This is where I come to do mining if I'm mining for metals. And the reason I am here for that is because I am trying to get the grade 4 short range blaster for my beam lasers. As you can see, I've unlocked Brood Tarquin and I've got him up to grade 4 availability, and I need platinum to do this. I'm okay for the micro resources, although I've only got 6 of the modified consumer firmware, but of course grade 4 is the highest he does beam lasers, so this is basically top of the shot for my 2 beams. So if I got 6 tons of platinum, it means I'll be able to then have 6 attempts, so 3 on each one, to get a decent roll. But that was the plan. But that changed because I already had the grade 3 short range blasters fitted to my beam lasers. The only reason I fit those is because they are the only mod available for beam lasers that increase damage. And that's what I'm looking for with weapons, is damage increase. And yeah, okay, they did increase damage, not by a vast amount, but it was increased. But as the name suggests, the range was cut. I just wasn't prepared for how much it was cut. Unmodded, of course, the range is 3,000 meters, 3 kilometers. With the grade 3 short range mods, one of my beam lasers had a range of 1,835, which is dismal. The other was even worse. That had a range of 1,505, virtually half of the unmodded range. And it meant that ships had no problem being able to fire on me, and I couldn't use my beams on them because they were staying out of range, easily staying out of range. I mean, 1,500 meters, only one of them was firing. If they were 1,900 meters, none of my beam lasers were firing. So it was fucking useless. So I ended up getting rid of it. So my beam lasers are now back to being unmodded. Because like I say, the damage increase was there, but it wasn't anywhere near enough to make up for that horrendous range. And a grade 4, let's just bring that up again, a grade 4 will reduce the range by at best 40%. So it's not going to be much better than the 1,500 I already had. At worst it would be 65% down. That is nearly 2/3. That is just over 1,000 meters, which is fucking horrendous. So I'm not bothering. I'm not gonna do it. It just seems a waste of time. So I think my beam lasers are going to stay unmodded. I do want to have, you know, grade 5 access with all of my engineers. I'll settle for grade 4, but I'd like to have grade 5, which means that, well, I've definitely got this one here, Tiana Fortune, who's in Ashanar, who does limpets and scanners. Most of what she does is actually a bit fucking pointless. Which one have I done here? Oh, okay, so the expanded FSD interdictor capture arc grade 3. I think actually I've already got this fitted. One way to find out. Train shift drive interdictor. Where the fuck are you? There you are. Oh no, I've only got the grade 2. Okay, so that's useful actually, that grade 3 one. And I can fit it, she is at grade 3, so if I bought, or rather if I'm awarded some nano breakers, that would be worth going out there. Now Bill Turner, who is in Alioth, if you use excuse me, if you use plasma accelerators, he's quite handy. If you don't, he's fucking useless. This is efficient weapon grade 2 for plasma accelerators. If I was to use a plasma accelerator, this is the sort of thing that I would fit to it. So the thermal load is greatly improved. Power draw can be improved quite nicely. Damage actually goes up. Your rate of fire slows down, and therefore your damage per second will slow or reduce. But reducing thermal load and power draw makes plasma accelerators very tempting. I may try that out in place of my I don't know about in place of my 2 cannons, but maybe in place of my grade 4 multi-cannon, and then fit 2 grade 3 multi-cannons in place of my actual cannons. So that's an idea. And then these last 2, I have actually unlocked all engineers. There are 20 of them, and I've got them all on my list here, but these last 2 I haven't done the initial contract. So this current wants 50 units of classified scan databanks. I used to find them quite a bit. Now that I really need them, I can't find the fucking things anywhere. And the stupid thing is, I've handed them all in to him, so I can't check on my data list where to get these classified scan databanks from. I do remember that they were supposed to be quite common. I think they're classed as a grade 3. But yeah, I'm just not finding any, but I need another 21 of those. So the annoying thing is, this bloke is really useful. He mods your defences, which is, you know, your chaff launcher, your point defence, your heatsink launchers. And that's the one I'm really interested in, the heatsink launchers, because one of the options available is increased ammo. And if I can mod my heatsink launcher, or one of them, to carry 5 heatsinks, I can then get rid of the other one and replace it with something else, which would probably be the point defence, because at the moment I don't have a point defence. I'll come back to that in a minute. So yeah, he is one that I really want to get access to, but at the moment I fucking can't. And finally, Colonel Briss Decker. Now she does FSD interdictors up to grade 4. That's the highest they will go. But of course she wants 10 million credits worth of combat bonds. As you can see, I have handed some in, not very many, 420,000. Now the combat bonds that you hand in must be Federation, otherwise they don't count. And worst of all, you are donating these combat bonds, so you don't get a single credit for any that you hand in to her. So essentially you have to give away 10 million credits worth of combat bonds. Give them away for nothing. So really you need to have money to burn before you want to start giving this fucking greedy cow any of your combat bonds. Fortunately I do have money to burn, so... But I'm not a big fan of combat zones, or conflict zones rather. I'm at the point where I'm having to go into low intensity conflict zones. High intensity, I don't last long enough. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I arrive, every enemy ship immediately opens fire on me. I mean, I dare say, you know, elite pilot turning up in a fucking Imperial cutter, you're going to get noticed and they're all going to want to take you out. So it could be some of that. But yeah, if you're flying around on your own, well, my experience says you need to stick to low intensity conflict zones. If you're in a wing, then it's a different story. High intensity you can probably get away with. So yes, but all the rest of the engineers are at least grade 4. So Brood Tarquin, I've already shown you, Zachariah Nemo, Yuri Ishmark, Elvira Martuk, Todd the Blaster McQuinn, who was at grade 5 until I used a favour, and Laurie Jameson. They are all grade 4, and all the rest, so Professor Palin, the Sarge, Celine John, the Dweller, Liz Ryder, Felicity Farsia, Marco Quent, Lee Chung, Didi Vartaman and Hiratani are all at grade 5. So, yeah. Now, speaking of upgrades, I have done a few upgrades to my ship since the last video. As you know, I've done the grade 5 thrusters. The shield generator is now at grade 5 as well, thermal resistant. The shield cell bank did have a mod on it. It had a grade 2 mod, but the heat output was far too high, so I ended up removing it. The shield boosters, as you know, they all have grade 5 resistance augmented mods fitted to them. The Seeker missile racks, they both have the grade 4 high capacity magazine. Kill warrant scanner has a mod, but it doesn't show you what it is there, but it is an utterly superfluous one because it is mass reduction. Mass reduction of a module that weighs or has a mass of 1.3 to begin with, so yeah, that's going to make a fucking world of difference, that. So yeah, it's only got a grade 1. Frameshift weight scanner doesn't have any mods done to it because it's pointless. So these two scanners, the kill warrant scanner and the frameshift weight scanner, have replaced my chaff launcher and my point defense. My shields are now pretty fucking strong, so the point defense and chaff launcher became rather superfluous. So I've replaced them with things that I will use. I need the kill warrant scanner because I'm constantly being interdicted in anarchy systems. So at least this way I will now get some fucking credits for it. That's the only time I use it. I don't want to hear from people saying, oh, you should use your kill warrant scanner on everything. I don't fucking want to. Besides which, if you haven't already seen, you'll soon find out that credits are not a big priority for me at the moment. Frameshift weight scanner, or, you know, you do need to scan weights to get specific data collected, which are used for various engineers, so fuck it, I stuck them on. They're both B rated simply because the power draw for an A rated module is the same as these two B rated ones combined. And as you can see, my power usage is at 93%. When you consider that my power output was overcharged to 49.53, I'm using a lot of power, so I didn't really want to be using too many more. So that's the second Seeker missile rack with the grade 4, what the fucking hell is it? High capacity magazine, that's it. So then we have the multi-cannon, that has the grade 4 overcharged weapon with the auto-loader experimental upgrade. The frameshift drive, I tweaked it because it already had the grade 5 increased FSD range, but it wasn't a very good roll. Now I have a jump range of 24.22, whereas before it was hovering around 20.2 and 19.8, so you know, just around the 20 mark. Now it's around the 24 mark, which is a hell of a lot. Yeah, a lot more like that. The fuel scoop has a shielded fuel scoop. I don't know why the fuck I even bothered with that. Yeah, it's increased the module's integrity, which is really handy because, you know, the number of times that an enemy ship will target your fuel scoop when it's attacking you. So there's my beam laser turrets. As I say, the mods that I had done to that, I took them off. In fact, I haven't put them back on their priority level. Yeah, the range was terrible. So yeah, I got them back to stock. Power distributor, yeah, that's a grade 5 high charge capacity power distributor. When I got that, I only had the materials to have one stab at it, and I don't think I got a very good roll, so that's something I may want to tweak. Life support has grade 2 lightweight life support, so reduction of mass to increase jump range. I'll want to change that a bit more. The cannons have now got grade 4 overcharged. There's the second one. Unfortunately, neither of them have the an experimental, but oh well. There's the frameshift drive interdictor again, so grade 2 expanded FSD arc. The power plant, yeah, you already knew that. Grade 4 overcharged power plant. I've got it up. I've had the chance to do a grade 5, and I had 4 attempts at doing a grade 5, and none of them were as good as the grade 4 I've got. I knew my grade 4 got a decent roll, but I didn't know just how good. One of the grade 5s came close. It was about, I think, 0.3 or something lower than what it is at the moment. The rest were nowhere fucking near, so that turned out to be a waste of time. Other changes, oh yes, the advanced discovery scanner. I've got rid of my detailed surface scanner, because all it does is add an extra 25% to the value of your planetary scans, and I'm already at Explorer Elite. I don't really need to worry about making a huge amount from each scan, so I decided I was going to put something else in its place, but I couldn't decide what, so at the moment it's just more cargo space. Now, other changes, my Federal Corvette has gone. I got rid of that actually quite a while ago, but it has been a little while since I did a video. Most of the footage in the last video I uploaded was already over a week old before that video went up. But yes, I've got rid of the Corvette. It became totally superfluous after I had the grade 5 thruster mod fitted to this ship. Now this ship has better manoeuvrability than the Corvette, better jump range, better armour, better shields, better internal module layout, and greater flexibility. The firepower is more or less the same, because okay, the Corvette obviously has the 2 class 4 hard points, whereas this only has 1, but the Corvette also has 2 shitty class 1 hard points. This doesn't have any of those. It has 4 class 2 hard points instead of 2 class 2 and 2 class 1. So I think they sort of cancel each other out. So yeah, this ship is just became better in every way. I described the manoeuvrability of this ship with the grade 5 thruster modification as being like the Corvette. In fact, that was wrong. It's nothing like the Corvette. It's much better. Flying this ship now, it feels more like I'm flying an Imperial Clipper than an Imperial Cutter. So, the bottom line is the Corvette became totally superfluous, so I sold it and all of the mods. There were a couple of items that were fitted to the Corvette that were actually better than the mods on this ship, so I swapped them around, such as the power plant, that 49.53 overcharge. So I put that power plant on this ship, and also the multi-cannon, because it had an experimental module, and sold the Corvette and all of its modules. the result is that my balance, well, it took the balance up to 830 million. I've done a little bit more since then, so my balance is now at 880,971,002. And as far as the stats go, the current assets are at 1,745,697,313. What I want to do is try and get that to 1.75 billion. So I'm not far off it. Just another, well, 4.5 million will do it. More than do it. None of the other changes there are particularly worthwhile. Now in combat there is one change that's worthwhile. Assassinations. I finally did another one. And the reason I did it is, as you can see, the highest single reward. So it's finally into 7 figures. So I got a payment of 1,992,556. And to get that, all I had to do was take out one pirate lord. He was elite rated and he was in a federal corvette. So yeah, you would imagine it was tough. It wasn't actually. It was ridiculously easy. Because his ship was so huge, you can't miss it, and yeah, he only just managed to take down the first ring of my shields. So that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was quite pleased about that. Crime. The fines issued number there seems to go up by 1 every time I start this game, even though I haven't had any additional fines. So I don't know what the fucking hell is going on there. Smuggling. I did do one more smuggling run. It wasn't planned. What happened basically was I forget what I was doing now. Anyway, I found some cargo laying around marked AI relics, which I didn't recognise, so I picked it up and it was worth something in the region of 100,000 for just this one. So I thought, fuck it, I'll keep that. Took it into... Oh, actually, I was in Hodak, and of course smuggling into Hodak is fucking easy. So I took it there. It meant that my average profit has gone down, so now it's only 493,314. It was over 500,000, but I can live with that. Trading, my average profit continues to drop. It's now down to 316,269, but my market network is going up at not a bad rate, up to 281. Trading profit of 929.2 million. So that's not bad. Mining, well, I haven't actually done any mining, even though I came here specifically to do that, but I'm just... Yeah, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm not fussed about those beam laser upgrades. They have too many drawbacks. Materials collected is up to 3,544. I'm now getting pretty fucking full as far as the materials go. I've now got to be very fussy about what I pick up. I'll show you that in a sec. Exploration, systems visited is going up pretty quickly, helped by the number of passenger missions I'm doing and all of this crisscrossing to get to, various engineers, and if I'm having to bring in fucking rares that they want me to bring and all this bollocks. So systems visited is at 10,611. Total profits from exploration of 241.3 million. Level 3 detail scans is up to 173,962. Total height space distance of 337,748. So I'm well past a third of a million. That's not bad. Total height space jumps 18,085, and the SRV distance travelled has gone up a bit to 1.78 megameters. Now the passengers, you can see I've done 23 missions. Haven't taken any criminals. Disgruntled passengers 3. That was some whiny fucker who he didn't like me being scanned, and I had no problem with being scanned because I wasn't carrying anything dodgy. So once I got scanned the second time, that was enough for him. He wanted me to fucking leave him somewhere, so I just dumped him. Explorers at 7, medical at 12, businessman 52, tourist 33, refugees 8, total bulk passengers delivered 22. So total VIPs delivered is at 90, the total overall delivered is 112, and 13 ejected. The last one was one that I actually got the mission from this station. There was no mention anywhere that they were a criminal. It did say they may be wanted in various systems. As soon as I accepted the mission, because it was paying about 4 million, so I thought, yeah, I'll do that, because they didn't want to go too far. I then got the warning that I had a wanted passenger, or whatever it comes up with. So I abandoned the mission and left them here, didn't take them anywhere, so that counts as an ejected. Another one that was ejected, or it came up as total ejected, was actually one that I did complete and I got paid for it and everything. The only reason it appears as an ejected one is that I refused to do the bonus that they offered. They said if I took them to a certain system, which was 2 jumps away, they would pay me a bonus. The bonus was only 20,000, so I wasn't that fussed. And like I say, it was 2 systems away, but the message came up when I was about 5 megameters away from the docking station I was taking them to. So I said, oh, fuck off, I'm not doing that. So crafting, I've used 18 engineers. You've seen why it's only 18. The other 2 I don't have access to yet. Number of upgrades generated at 386. So 184 grade 1s, 43 grade 2s, 61 grade 3s, 48 grade 4s, and 50 grade 5s. Crew hasn't changed because I haven't got any more then, and CQC statistics, yeah. So, me being in this system then to do mining has turned out to be a waste of time. And although, say, there is still some mods for me to do, none of them are that vital. I mean, the heatsink one I would really like to do, but I've got to get those fucking data scans. So that reminds me, yeah, see materials, you can just about see it, but my capacity is at 980 of 1,000, so I can only get 20 more, so I'm going to have to start dumping some of this worthless crap. I'm sure I've got plenty there that's fucking worthless. As far as data goes, I have 468 of 500. I've been dumping a hell of a lot. You can see I don't have any classified data scans at all. They would be between these 2. So, yeah, I will need to dump more of these. Stuff like, 40 untypical shield scans I've not seen anywhere where I use them. Same with the unexpected emission data. I've got 50 of the fucking things. What do I need them for? So, yeah, I will have to get rid of some of those at some point. But, yeah, now I'm not doing what I was going to do when I came to this system, because there's no need. Which leaves me sort of, well, with fuck all to do. And it means I'm getting bored with the game again. The fact that I have, as near as damn it 881 million credits means I can buy and fully upgrade any ship I like, including another cutter. So I could do something that would involve me you know, using another ship. If it's worth doing. So I'm looking for missions that will pay me with specific materials, but not that one. Commodities I'm not so fussed about, because at the moment I don't really need them, unless I go and do that, that source and return. Now this one, material rewards biotech conductors. I'm seeing this all over the place. Most material rewards are always biotech conductors. If you look in my materials, I've got 21 of the fucking things. But I can't see any upgrade or any mod that an engineer does that uses the fucking things. So they seem pointless at the moment. Maybe at some point they will become useful, but that isn't now. Oh, fucking hell, he wants... Electrochemical arrays were ones that I needed. I've got a fair few of them now. But yeah, he wants mining of methanol monohydrate. Mining in ice rings is no fun at all. It takes a lot longer to do than you know, mining for metals. This is taking this consumer technology just to another port in this system. Whereabouts is Dime Observatory? Probably nowhere fucking near where I am. There it is. Well. Import surface stabilizers, grain and clothing. I can't imagine I'll be able to take much from this system. Is there anything else that's being delivered within the system I'm in? Oh no, they need was biotech conductors again. Donate, source and return, no. They're going away, mining, and that's going somewhere else. So, fuck it, I might as well do something on this video. I guess what I'm saying is, if you have any ideas of things to do, I'm all ears. There are some restraints, i.e. don't suggest something that you know full well I'm going to say no to. If you are...
Landing coupler disengaged. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
If you are a regular viewer of my videos, you'll know the sort of stuff I won't do. So don't waste your time suggesting them, because, yeah, I won't do them. But if you have any, you know, like half-decent ideas, then let me know, because I can't think of any. Like I say, it doesn't have to be something that I can do in the cutter.
Flight control signing off.
I can do it in any ship, because I can
Frameshift drive charging.
afford to buy and fully upgrade any ship that's available.
3, 2, 1.
I was even considering buying the reactive armour for this ship here, for the cutter. Problem is, even if I buy it from Liyongri Space, and there is a system where you can buy cutter bulkheads within Liyongri Space, it is going to cost me just over 400 million. Now, okay, I can easily afford it, but looking at the stats, even if I then grade 5 engineer modify it afterwards, it just doesn't seem worth it. So if you have reactive armour on your ship, let me know how it has worked out and is it worth fitting. Let's see what's at this. Encoded emissions can sometimes be useful. There's certainly usually better stuff here than there is at degraded emissions. So I'll give it a look. Make sure I'm not going too fast when I come out of Super Cruise. Now, if you're thinking of suggesting an exploration trip, don't make it too far away, because I don't fancy it. I do actually have an exploration destination in mind, and it's only about, that's going to be a data beacon. But yeah, the place I have in mind, it's just under 1700 light years away.
Incoming message.
It may not be too bad. Anomalous FSD telemetry. Don't know how many of them I've got. Let's have a look. I've now got 33 of them, so yeah, that was fucking good, wasn't it? Right, what else is around here? Chemical processors, mechanical equipment, hybrid capacitors. Hybrid capacitors are often useful, but I've got plenty of them. Chemical processors, I have 21.
Incoming mission critical message.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a fucking mission, aren't I? So I've got 19 hybrid capacitors and mechanical, what was it, components? Mechanical equipment. I've got 19 of, so yeah, there's nothing there. Alright, what's this one? Bonus reward 135,000. But now I do have to change system. Where the fuck is it? I bet it's a fucking outpost as well. That happens a hell of a lot when these things fucking change. Okay, well it's not, and it's a lot further away. But it could have been worse. Fuck it. Right, we'll do that then. Well, I haven't got much choice, I have to.
Frameshift drive charging.
Certainly increases the possibility of being interdicted. Not that I mind that, it's a chance to earn additional credits. I don't consider any ship that interdicts me to be a threat. Well, I'm not going to be interdicted by an orca, that's for sure. You can see there I've got credits to hand into the Alliance there for some intel I picked up. 13,000 actually is a pretty good amount for a data point scan. Usually it's only around like 4,000 or 5,000, but I've got to go all the way to the Alliance to cash it in. And those intel, yeah, the data point intel are the only things that you can't cash in at the broker network. So I have to go to an Alliance system to cash that fucking thing in. Well, it looks very much like I'm not going to be interdicted at all on the way to this place. If I was going to be, I would have had a message by now. There are a few ships in the area. Not many, but there are some. I can't be asked to visit that fucking unidentified signal. Now, if I do the exploration trip, as I say, I've got somewhere in mind. I don't see the point in doing any mods to a dedicated exploration ship. I mean, okay, it can be argued, yes, the frameshift drive range boost is worth doing, but that's the only one. I just can't be asked to fart around getting whatever materials and commodities I need just for that, when I can just, you know, do a stock aspect explorer and send it on its way with an already, you know, pretty healthy jump range. But yeah, if I do the exploration trip, the Asp is the ship I will use. I won't use an Explorer Anaconda because you need to compromise so many aspects of the Explorer Conda just to get that really good jump range. Now, I don't like some of the yeah, some of the modifications that you need to do. I mean, things like fitting an E1 distributor. No, no, thank you.
Orbital flight engaged.
Okay, now I'm coming in pretty quick here. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm not. Okay. So yeah, like an E1 distributor will actually be D1 just to reduce the mass further. And like, you know, a D3, maybe a D4 power plant, you know, on an Anaconda. I just don't like the idea. So I'll stick with the Asp Explorer. I mean, I could be a real cheapskate and use a Diamondback Explorer because, well, I've used Diamondbacks to do exploration trips before and they were fine and did a decent job of it. I don't like these big fucking ports like this. There are so many docking pads around. I also don't like when I come out of fucking glide when I'm still some 14 kilometres away. Thought you'd agree with that.
You have entered Imperial Sovereign territory. Approach at a safe speed and comply with station regulations.
There is one voice in the traffic controller who contacts you. One of them I fucking detest.
Access permitted. Land on designated pad number 04.
Scan detected.
Of course, typically the voice I fucking detest is the one that I come across most often. It's not the accent that I can't stand. It's the way he actually, it's just the way he says words. It's a bit difficult to explain. It's, if you've ever had the great misfortune, and I mean great misfortune,
Descend to flight level 300.
of watching Homes Under the Hammer, as I keep calling it. It's a festering fucking heap of shit of a program. And one of the presenters is some tart called Lucy something or other. I fucking hate her, and the reason I hate her is the way she talks. Because she has that narration style where she has to pronounce every letter so clearly and so heavily that it sounds like she's sort of taking a piss. She's doing some over-the-top impression. And that's what the traffic controller in this game with the voice I fucking hate, that's what he sounds like. Especially when he says the word request. Right. So we are now up to 881,224,938. I mean, okay, a reward of 256,000. That's fucking piss fuck all for me. But for doing, well, yeah, doing pretty much fuck all nothing, it's not a bad amount, I suppose. Now this cunt here, there's fucking 24 missions available. I can only do 12 of them, but that's still not a bad amount. I bet you they're all fucking useless. So only one here so far that does materials. Basic conductors I don't need. But it's fucking mining bromolite, which means ice ring mining, which I hate. That's commodities, telemetry suite. I don't know if I need that or not, to be honest. Anomalous FSD telemetry, no, I don't need that. Biotech conductors again. Delivery, I'll get neo-fabric insulation. I need that for the... actually, no, I don't need that for anything. That was what I needed for the grade 3 beam laser upgrades, which I have since got rid of. So yeah, 12 missions, none of them pay me anything that interests me. Biotech conductors again. What commodity is neo-fabric insulation? Don't need that. And no materials there. Oh, this one has electrochemical arrays, which I did at one point need, but I think I'm doing okay for them now. Electrochemical arrays, I've got 10 of them. Once you know where to look, electrochemical arrays are fucking easy to find, you know, easy to get hold of. You can amass a huge amount of them. About this cunt, you know, biotech conductors. So, well, that's it, I guess, for this video. I mean, there's fuck all in it. But it's basically, I suppose, yeah, a plea from me to you. Fucking give us something to do in this game, because I've got fuck all nothing to do and I'm getting bored. Almost as bored as, well, I would imagine anybody watching this fucking thing would be. So there you go, that is it. Wasn't that riveting? So, yeah, well, if I get any decent replies, I guess I'll be back when I'm doing one of those. In the meantime, go away. Right, so everything that you've seen up until now was recorded yesterday. So let's bring you up to date. So the first thing is that one of my targets, which was to reach assets of 1.75 billion, I've done that, and then some. Balance is now at 888,709,890 as a result. Not only that, bounties claimed has now passed 8,000, now up to 8,015. So another milestone, I guess. Fines are continuing to go up, despite the fact that I haven't actually been given any. But, you know, actually I'll tell you, I think I was given one. But I can't remember how much it was. In trading, average profit is continuing to go down, but exploration systems visited is now at 10,666, progress of exploration at 241.6 million, and level 2 detail scans has now gone into 4 figures. Now passengers, these just keep on growing. So I've now, well, as far as passengers, I've taken 3 disgruntled passengers, 7 explorers, 12 medical, 52 businessmen, 53 tourists, 8 refugees, and now 10 freedom fighters. Along with 32 bulk passengers. So total VIPs delivered is 110, total delivered overall 142. And crafting, number of engineers used is now up to 19, with a number of upgrades generated at 414. 10 of those new upgrades are grade 5s. As you can see, the grade 5 upgrades generated went up to 60. I grabbed myself a load of ion distributors, found some more of the materials that I needed, went back to have another stab at my grade 5 shield generator, because I knew that my grade 5 that I had already could be improved. I had 10 attempts. Every single one was worse than the one I already had. And like I say, it's not like I had a particularly good roll for the one I've got, but no. What a fucking waste of time that was. Right, that's it. Now the 19th engineer is old Ramtar here, and as you can see I've already got him up to grade 4. Now, as I mentioned in the first part of this video, I was quite keen on getting him unlocked, because he does mods on defences, particularly once you get him to grade 3. He does a mod for the chaff, for the point defence turret, and for the heatsink launcher, which gives you additional ammo. Now, it's only available for grade 3. There isn't a grade 1, 2, 4 or 5 for it, so you have to get it up to grade 3 to be able to do this. It will always add 50% to the ammo that's not already loaded. So for example, with the chaff, it will give you an extra 5, because you've got the 1 that's already in the launcher, and then 10 extra ammo already, so increases that 50%, you've now got 15. With chaff, I guess it could be handy if you are a particularly heavy user of chaff. With point defense, it's a bit fucking pointless. You've already got 10,000 ammo as well as the 12 in the launcher, so he'll give you another 5,000 of that, so 15,000 in total. I've never come close to using up all of my ammo in the point defense turret. So yeah, that one's a bit pointless. But then came the one that I really wanted, the heatsink launcher, because what I was hoping was that he would increase that so that I would have a total of 5 heatsinks that I could launch, which would mean that I would then only need one heatsink launcher, and I could get rid of the second one and put something else in its place. As you can tell from the way I'm describing it, it didn't work out that way. In fact, I had 4, which means I still needed 2 heatsink launchers to counteract the shield cell banks. So I just fitted lightweight mods to those. They have very limited use, seeing as each of your defences only weigh 1.3 tons at best, or at worst I should say. The point defence turret only weighs 0.5, so yeah, reducing those doesn't really get you a whole hell of a lot, but I did it anyway. So that now means that Bill Turner here, he who does the plasma accelerators, he in Alios, he's still on grade 2. Everybody else who I've unlocked is either on grade 4 or 5. And Colonel Bristacker here is the one that still needs an invite. And I'm still a long way from, not an invite, you still need to fulfill the initial contract. And what a surprise, a fucking disconnection. I say these disconnections are rampant. And yet as soon as you go back to the main menu, the start option is there and you can select it. It's fucking bullshit, and this has been going on now for days. But ever since the beta started, it's been far worse. I'll remind you again that when Frontier Developments announced the cancellation of the offline solo mode, they stated that it would not impact in the gameplay in any way. So all these constant disconnections, they're not impacting in the gameplay at all. And because of all these disconnections, combined with another thing that I've noticed that starts to really piss me off, and that is in the galaxy map, if you are going from, particularly if you are going from, say, Laxac, which is here, and you need to get the commodity for the grade 5 shield, what do you call it, shield generator mod, you need ion distributors, and they are here. Now if you then plot the route from Laxac to here, HIP 18327, and you quite understandably plot fastest route, it is determined to send you through as many brown dwarf systems as it can find. And it gets to a point more than once where the very next jump has to take you to a system where you can fuel scoop, otherwise you are fucked. But with all these disconnections going on, there is a good possibility that it will disconnect before you actually get to the next system, which means you are then put back in the system that you were in, minus the fuel that was used for the jump that failed, and suddenly you cannot go anywhere through no fault of your own. Instead, through the fault of this fucking bullshit that has been going on for 2 years, and Frontier Developments will never address it. So, that is the progress that I have made as far as the engineers. My upgrades then, you know, the grade 5 clean drive tuning with the shield generator is the grade 5 thermal resistant. Shield cell bank is only a grade 1 rapid charge shield cell bank. Shield boosters, all of them have grade 5 resistance augmented shield booster. The 2 missile racks have the grade 4 high capacity magazine. Kill warrant scanner now has grade 3, it doesn't tell you what it is there, but it's the mass reduction. Frameshift wake scanner has the same thing. That's the second missile. Multi-cannon has grade 4 overcharged with the autoloader experimental. Frameshift drive has the grade 5 increased FSD range. Sure Scoop has an absolutely pointless grade 1 shielded mod. The beam lasers are the only things on my ship that can be modded but aren't, for reasons I already went into. Power distributor has the grade 5 high charge capacity power distributor. Life support has now got a grade 3 lightweight. That's quite handy actually, that one. Frameshift drive interdictor has a grade 3 expanded FSD interdictor capture arc. Both cannons have grade 4 overcharged, but no experimentals. Heatsink launcher has the grade 3 mass reduction, both of them have that. Power plant has the grade 4, but it's overcharged better than any of the grade 5s that I've tried to put on. And that is it. So I have basically modded everything that, well, I haven't maxed them out obviously. There are quite a few grade 4s there and a few grade 3s, but I've maxed out everything that is important. I really don't need to do too much more. And like I said at the end of the, or not at the end, I said it several times during the first part, I now haven't got a clue what to do, and I'm getting bored playing this. I'm also getting fucked off with the number of disconnections. So, yeah, if you have any ideas, within reason, then let me know and I'll see if I can be asked to do any. So, I was going to actually go and actually show something, but that disconnection has just fucked me off. I'm so fucking sick of it. So that is definitely this video done. It's coma-inducing from start to finish. There's virtually no gameplay in it, and it's all full of my verbal diarrhoea. But oh well, there you go. Now go away.